It's men like you who have made me the way I am. And if you loved me at all, you'd feel sorry for the terrible troubles I've been through, instead of holding them against me.
You can't talk to men down here the way you would at home. They don't understand it.
Understand what?
They think you mean it.
Mean what?
So I saw this video of this young lady who was giving her story about how the guy was telling the young lady she has to sleep with him. In order for him to fall and commit to her, she has to prove her value. Yeah, a lot of men, they start to talk like that. Like, in order for us to see your value, we have to know how you are in bed. A lot of women are aware, but they have this sense of belief that they are so special that they can change this man. I can make him want me for me and not my body. But first, I'll give him my body, and maybe I'll do it so good that he will just want to dedicate himself to me. There are a lot of manipulative ways, and I'm going to tell you the 5 shady ways that men do manipulate women into having intimacy with them. But at what point do we have accountability? If you're not teaching yourself or holding yourself accountable for what you do, you will be an eternal child. You will be an eternal, clueless child. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to teach yourself. You have to make it your business to gain the self-esteem, to be aware, to be able to read manipulation, to be able to read when people are playing you. And how can you know the enemy you fight against if you don't know the enemy? And I understand age has a lot to do with it, because I wasn't always this strong-willed person that I am now. I was young too, and I had crushes, and I wanted to impress them. And if they did, I could have been easily manipulated myself. You know what I mean? As I was getting older, I started taking accountability for myself. I'm not just going to sit here and blame men. Oh, men are dogs, men are this, men are that, and never stop to do the work with me. Like, what is it about you that keep attracting these type of men? What is it about you that really cause you to be in these toxic situations, or these situations where you don't feel love? What are you accepting? And yes, sometimes the person is just trash and they really convince you that they're not, and you find yourself in this situation. Then I say to myself, okay, I can't blame myself for them cheating when we've been in a committed relationship, but I can blame myself for staying and training them that this is okay. Because when you stay in those type of situations and they have no consequences or repercussions, they basically just see that, okay, so this is how far I can go, and she'll still stay. And someone will be like, one day I'm going to get fed up. One day comes 5 years later, when you've already damaged yourself. You've already damaged your mind, your trust issues, and then you take all that baggage into a new fulfilling relationship and give that guy hell. And make him uncomfortable. Make him pay for all the things other men did to you that you never made them pay for. Someone else who's trying to actually love you is paying for it. And I'm tired of seeing these sob stories when we as women know this already. Every time I see them, I'm like, but y'all know this. Y'all have a lot of feminine channels that speak on this, but a lot of women don't want to hear women tell them that's been through the experience, that's actually come out on the other side, elevated mentally, physically, financially, that's on their business. They want male validation so much that they will support these toxic channels in light of trying to catch a quote-unquote high-value man. And I'm like, a lot of these men are dark on the inside. A lot of them just use their money to make them look like a good guy.
I tell guys you need to have multiple chicks, bro. Like, that's one of the best kind of self-correcting methods. And the reason why, before everyone gets all mad, because a bunch of people reacted to me on this, like, ooh, because I said you need to bang like 50 girls before you even think about getting in a serious relationship. Do you want a man who's more sexually experienced than you, or do you want to be more sexually experienced than your man? Every single girl said they want a man more sexually experienced. And then that's when I said, exactly, that's why I need a 50 bit.
Ratio of men to women that you sleep with.
That's a trick question. I like that one.
It's not a trick question.
Ratio is 535 women, 0 men.
What did you say? That was really quick.
Roughly 535 women, 0 men.
Why roughly 500? I mean, maybe if you said roughly 500, I would think you're lying, but I'd be like, there's a small chance that's believable. But
okay, well, maybe I'm lying. Who knows?
Well, I mean, it's possible, but why do you get to roughly 535?
Because I don't know.
That doesn't seem like a rough number.
I know it's like 5 something. I think it's 535.
Okay, so just you think it's between 5? Like it could be 550 or 540.
Somewhere in that range.
And why don't you want to get married or nothing like that?
Not just waiting, like, you know.
And a lot of you guys see someone well-dressed with money, have some respect and power, and think that, you know what? They must be a good person. They must be legit. While some of these people be the biggest criminals, the biggest narcissists, the biggest manipulators. And I feel like women now more and more are trying to just come up with the idea of, let me just marry someone who has money because I don't want to work. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to da-da-da. And that's okay. The women that I know that are housewives, they all have degrees. They all had careers before and they chose to be a housewife. And if anything happens, he wants to get slick, he wants to do something, they have freedom to leave and not stay and not worry about how they're going to collect money from him and do all these things. Although a man is obligated to take care of his children. You know, if he chose to marry you, he chose to ask your parents for a hand and vowed to protect and provide for you for the rest of your life. And now he wants to leave you for a younger hot thing. He owes you that because you spent your life trying to be there for him. But at the same time, you shouldn't fear being on the streets if you were used to a certain lifestyle because the man left you and you can't provide that lifestyle for yourself. You know, you have to be able to provide a decent lifestyle for yourself before you get into these type of relationships, because a lot of men get power high. They do. It's a thing. I worked in the corporate community. I've been around powerful people. I have men making 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures. They're the ones that getting women under substances, doing what they do to them. And then before they leave, these real, quote unquote, high value men, they'll give you a plan B before you even leave their house. Make sure you swallow it. They'll make you sign an NDA. You can't speak on it. If you have a baby, you have to get rid of it. These be the same men that be having diseases and illnesses, spreading it. They care not. And these women be knowing this, and they still want a shot. They still want a chance to grab a quick bag from him and then go on to the next man that's going to manipulate them. But this video is not for those type of women. It's for the genuinely innocent women that really is just confused because, yes, you want a man that's capable. This is for the women that genuinely just need to know how to navigate safely into this quote-unquote high-value world that has been popularized. So one of the key things that these men do to kind of get you to that point where you want to prove to them your physical value is they'll tell you a sob story about themselves, okay? Because women, we are sensitive. We are emotional. We feel more. We sense more. We empathize more. And most men will come to you and be like, you know what? I'm not looking for anything serious. My last girlfriend cheated on me and I just have trust issues. So I just want to take it easy and this and that. I just want somebody to talk to. Sis, that is quote for, hey, I just want to smash casually, but I ain't trying to commit to you. That's what he's trying to say. And you, because you want him so much, he's so cute, you're going to be like, you know what? I could work with that. It's cool. I could work with that. And you're trying to have conversations with the guy, and comment below if you know what I'm talking about. You're trying to tell him your favorite color, how your day was. You're asking him what his favorite color is. Those are such corny questions that we all did when we was in high school and stuff. But you're trying to really let him know a piece of you and who you are. And he keeps redirecting the conversation to physical things. Or he just dry, don't respond. And it's always what you doing or sending you something funny that has to do with explicit content. And you're like, you know, yeah, this guy is showing you, I don't care for your favorite color. I don't see you as someone that I want to commit with. Like, stop trying to connect with me. Once a guy, how he comes into the relationship, if he comes in to just want to smash, it's rare, because it does happen, but it's rare for a man to just want something more. He's like, what are you doing? You know, like, why are you trying to connect? It's embarrassing, honestly. But a lot of women will sense that and they feel it. You know, in your heart, you know, your gut, you know, the person's not interested for real, but you just feel like there's something about you. It's like this superiority complex. It's this complex of we always feel like we're better than the next person and we have something special.
What does it mean when a guy takes you to all these fancy restaurants and all of these trips, and he even lets you meet his kids and then he ghosts you? And I told her it was simple. just because it was special to you, or you thought that that meant something special, this may be his norm. He may treat every woman nice because maybe he's a ladies' man. He might let every woman meet his family because his family knows that he has a roster of women. He may take every woman that he deals with to nice restaurants, not because it means anything significant to him, but because these are the restaurants that he would eat at without you. He may take all of his women on trips because at the end of the day, this is the lifestyle that he lives, and he was just letting you accompany him. Just because it's new to you, just because you're not used to it, just because the men that you deal with on the day-to-day basis don't do these things, you were probably just dealing with a man whereas though this was his norm. And just because it's special to you does not mean that it's not normal to me. So that's why they're able to ghost you after humping you all magically and making you feel special, because this is what they do regularly. There were no feelings involved. You were just a good time, unfortunately. And like every good ride, you have to know when it's over. You have to unbuckle your seatbelt and get off the ride. It's ran its course. I am Truth Hurts.
And the more he talks to you with a quote, maybe he'll share a couple vulnerable things here and there to kind of get the more sympathy, maybe with the dad, with the mom, like, you know, all those things. I had a tough childhood and this and that. I'm in between jobs right now. Like all these stories that you just seem to be like, you know what? I want to save him. We literally want to save the men, protect them. Why are we taking the roles of the protectors? You know, I personally feel like women protect in their own way. You know, we protect in our own way in the sense of love, true affection. We make sure that you come, if we're married, you come into a safe home that's not contentious, that is a fortress for you. Like a lot of the housewives that I know, they cook, they clean, the kids are always clean. They even help with financial decisions. Like just a help. This is your help. This is your mate. That's how the Bible describes it. This is a help mate for you. God gave Adam help. You know what I mean? Giving him the woman. That's what it is. But the man throughout history, even biblical if you're Christian, has always been the one to leave the children at home with the wife while they'll fight the wars and protect them. Men typically protect the kids and children, the children and the wife and the women. You know, but in America, this is the only country I've ever been to where it's like such a heated debate. It's to the point where it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassing to hear it more. They want their women to protect them. And this is why the women are, quote unquote, so strong and aggressive, because they have no men to protect them, because the men are looking for the women to protect them. In some cases, most cases, you know, it's rare. And the only time a woman can say, some women, not even all, that she feels protected or safe, is from family or the male friends that she may have. Now it's becoming fired up with the red pill community, which I think a lot of them are anti-feminine, where they're anti-women. You know, like the way they talk is almost as if, go ahead, King, get your money and throw money at her so you can get vajouge. Like one channel, and I'm not going to be messy, but there's some channels out there, y'all know them, that literally will sell self-help books on how to get Instagram baddies to be in your DMs. And they'll have testimonials written from people who took their classes on, oh, how I smashed 5 Instagram baddies. I'm on my way to smash another one now. And I'm like, yo, the statistics of illnesses are rising. Not just that, but all these soul ties. If you haven't seen my soul ties video, go check that out. What are you doing? And not just that, but sir, one day you could have a daughter, and they don't care about the daughter argument, because some of them in this community will go as far as to even sleep with their own daughters. They just don't care or have no regard to the female body. I don't know if they have mommy issues. They just despise their mom, so it spilled over to other women, or they just saw their dad behave this way, always cheating on their mom, and they thought this is the way to be. But the women who, if these men weren't attracting women by being this toxic, they would change their tune. But because there will always be a pool of women that are willing to put up with this is why these men stay like this. They're like, hey, I'm still pulling. I still have women that want me, toxic or not. Why would they change? Y'all entertaining them. Y'all are in their DMs, embarrassingly enough, with no dignity or self-esteem. Y'all still want attention from them. Y'all subscribe to them. Y'all like their posts. Y'all comment. Y'all boost them up. You know, so why would they change their tune? Why would they change their lingo? Because most men, their biggest aspiration in life is to always see how many women they can conquer. There's a guy, just the most dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, that says, guys, make sure you smash. And when you smash, let her give you her soul. The guy said, I want her soul when I smash. Come on. Because once you have her soul, you can get her to do anything.
All right, bro, this is how to establish a sneaky link with a girl, okay? A lot of y'all boys been asking, oh, how do I set her up as a sneaky link, this and that. I'm gonna put y'all boys on, bruh. Trying to ask her what's her type, what's her past relationships like. This will bring you right down the slippery slope into the friend zone. Third thing, break touch barrier. This could be as easy as touching her shoulder while you're talking, touching her hand, giving her a hug, I don't care. Break touch barrier. Fourth thing, ask her for a link up at the nighttime, okay? Tell you gonna link at the car, at the crib, or somewhere where she kind of knows what the vibes are like. If she's down for it, you already know what type of time it is, bro. And if she says no, gonna chalk it, go on to the next.
That's how you guys make any girl fall in love with you and chase you, bro. So say, one, this is the most toxic tip I've ever given y'all. So do it at your own risk, bro. This girl's gonna come to your house, keying your car, knocking on the door. For this to work, you guys need to get into the bedroom if you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. So with the advanced method, you know, get into the bedroom. You do it for a little bit. You need to get her to, you know what I mean, bro. Get her to that point where, you know, you get her rocks off pretty much. Get her to that point, but you don't want to bust yet. You don't bust. Do not bust at all, right? You're going to pull out and you're going to be like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. Like, this doesn't usually happen. I don't know. Maybe it's me. We could try again another time, and kick her out. That's it. Just kick her out. That's going through her mind. She's thinking, wow, am I not good enough? Maybe it was trash. Next time we do it, I have to go 10 times harder. This has never happened to me. Most guys love it. Why doesn't he like it? Why you should practice on mid girls. You can't just jump right into a 9 or a 10, bro. You don't have a lot of experience with girls. You got to learn how to crawl before you walk. Practice with 6s and 7s until you have more experience and you raise your confidence. Once you do bag that 9, you have a lot more experience, so you won't. Yeah.
This is how they talk. You're not telling me soul ties ain't real? When a guy said, I want your soul, it came out of his mouth verbatim. I don't understand why common sense is not so common. The second approach that they use is he'll use the carrot and stick approach, okay? Which is like dangling the carrot of marriage. If you're so marriage obsessed, some men know that. They'll tell you the only one to me, I know you're the one that love bomb you. And dangle the emotional stability they could provide for you in your face so that they can get it if you're a little hesitant. And then this guy will show you one moment he's into you, the next he's not. It's like he's hot and cold. It's a manipulation. It's to show you ain't all that. There's a guy that says that. Humble her. Humble her. Show her you're not that into her. You can get someone else. They do that to you and you fall for it. But sis, have a life. Have a career. Have things going for yourself so you're not that obsessed. If he wants to humble you and show you he's not that into you, there's an X. Bye. We're adults. If you're into me, you're into me. If I'm into you, I'm into you. Why are we doing this? I have my own life naturally. Have your own life naturally to where we're not codependent on each other. It's not a necessity to have each other. It's a compliment. We complement each other. That's what it should be. You're my help. I'm your help. But these men do that to you. He tells you you're not like any of the other girls he's talked to, and then your head gets big, and this is where you become a pick-me. Start downing other women because he's telling you, oh, you cook for me. No other girl has done that. You're not like the other girls. You're not like the others. And then now you weaponize his little compliment to get into your panties to down other women. And then you get frustrated. You're throwing shade on Instagram. You're stalking his friends. You're trying to show up where he's at. You're like, maybe I just don't look good enough. Let me lose 5 more pounds. Let me switch up my hair color. Let me just fix up my nails or something. Be hot, smell good, go around him. Sis, in order to get you to be a little bit more comfortable with him intimately, He will touch your hair, tell you how beautiful you are, compliment you, give you a foot rub down. These men will do that. They will buy you gifts, come rub your feet, apologize. You know, they'll maybe post a picture. Oh, let me make her shut up. And then post you on their story or something, or on their page real quick. And then they'll only make their best effort when you're really leaving. And to reel you back in only after a few weeks, not even months, when they see, oh, she's calm again, I'm back to my old ways. Let me just be smarter this time. Here's what the carrot approach is. He dangles a carrot right in front of you and makes you believe that you can almost have it, but never fully gives you what you truly desire. By the time you're too emotionally invested in him to see what he's doing and just using you for his own fulfillment, it's too late. You already invested. A lot of women know the situations they're in. You might not comment because, you know, you don't want to, it hurts. But you know when you're in a situation like that, you know you're somewhere you're not supposed to be. I've dated people where I'm like, I know I should not be dating you. I've gone to places I know I shouldn't be there. I felt it, but I still did it. We don't know why, but there's a certain age when you have a 35-year-old woman complaining how a guy, manipulated her into this, and you've dated nonstop men, like you have the experience, you knew what he was doing. It comes to a point where, like, sis, do you want better? Do you want to change though? Because we make those mistakes when we're young. That's when you make all your mistakes. But after a certain age, I can't take it, even with men. There's a lot of men who get played. A lot of men who get used for their money. And they become monsters too. He'll try to make you feel insecure too. A lot of men, that's why I say never reveal your insecurities to a man. If you're feeling like, unless this man is a man, there's men that you be like, hey, yeah, I'm a little insecure with my arms.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a banger with this.
How to use her ego against her to not validate her by not complimenting her, not busting, etc. And that's going to make her go hard. So that's why I talk about the don't bust technique, right? You pay levels and you leave. You leave. You leave. That's it. You leave.
I'm a little insecure with whatever you're insecure with, and they'll help you overcome that insecurity. That's a man. But a man that's just like, oh, that's crazy. And then when y'all fight, it's like, bring up your weight or bring up your family issues. Of course you like this. Look at your toxic behind family, because you're always telling them about your daddy issues. And then they throw it in your face. And women do this too. A man will come and tell you about their issues and you throw it in their face. It's all toxic. Playing on the person's insecurity. So how they do this with physical intimacy is, you want marriage? You're insecure that you're getting older? Let me play with that. Let me tell you that before I marry, I want to drive the car and test it out, make sure it can work right. Y'all know what I mean. If your self-esteem isn't high, you are setting yourself up. It won't take much for a man to, find out your deepest insecurities and make you feel bad about yourself. And a lot of men hate to see a confident, secure woman. They will do everything to drag you down because they can't work with you. They can't mold you. If you're too confident, if you're too assured, they call you words like intimidating. You're too much. Anytime a man will come up to me and be like, you're so intimidating. If I'm intimidating, then you're not for me. Why are you coming telling me how intimidating I am? Go find someone that's not intimidating. That is called self-esteem. If I intimidate you, I'm not for you. Because I want somebody to come talk to me that has my confidence level. I don't want an insecure man. You got to be as confident as I am when you approach me. If you come to me defeated before you even got there, I don't want you. What do I want with you? How are you going to stand up for me if you're even scared to approach me? You're already proving that you're not a protector. But there's a lot of men like that. That's like, no, they only feel confident to approach women that are beneath them. I'm not talking about financially. That was just an example. I'm talking about mentally too. The minute you level up your mentality, you're like, before you even have money, they're like, she thinks she all that. She too much. She cocky. Oh, she this, she that. And they'll tell you to degrade you. I find it a compliment when someone says, you think you all that. No, Thank you. You think I'm all that. I must appear like I am that girl for you to think that. And thank you, because I worked hard to be that girl. But a lot of women see that and they try to act so humble. And humility is their demise. Don't you see the most confident women always get their way? It's rare for them not to. You'll find a woman who look at Kim Kardashian. She's pretty, she's famous. Yeah, I know. But if she was a regular girl in the street, she didn't have the fame, and she looked how she looked, and everybody in the community knows she smashed hella guys, her confidence would still get her a good man to marry her. Trust me, in the hood. I've seen it happen in my hood. There's a lot of women that will look like a black Kim K or Kim K, whatever, or a Beyonce or Rihanna, or that don't even look like that. That just look very regular. Insert whoever. But that have so much confidence that they come into a room, everybody know their name, they know they still find somebody. So don't let people take your confidence from you. Women who are insecure are prone to being manipulated by men who make them feel like they're doing her a favor by simply talking or spending time with her. Once he's succeeded in making you feel inadequate, he knows that you'd do anything to gain his favor because your self-esteem depends on it. Even if it means having intimate relations with him to gain self-validation. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. Nobody. Nobody can make you feel small without your consent. You have to tell yourself this in the mirror every day. I choose to be that girl or to be a loser. It's my choice. Nobody can do that to me. They say once somebody has broken down your mind, you're already dead. Once you've given up mentally, this is something that it's a very powerful proverb in Haiti that I grew up on. I still tell myself today, once you've lost your mind, you've already died. Protect your mind. Build up and strengthen your mind. Don't give up on yourself. This is why I have a whole therapy playlist. Another tactic they use is jealousy. Some men, if they're really smart, they're not going to come to you straight about your insecurity. They're going to make you jealous using your insecurity. They use a third party, another woman that they don't care about, and subconsciously compare her with you. Maybe y'all watching a movie together and y'all see a baddie. And then it's like, oh, dang, she's so bad. I want to just da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, okay, if you're insecure, if you're not confident, you'll be like, so you can't make me jealous or hate on another woman. I'll be right there with you complimenting her. But some men do that to make you feel insecure because they know they'll find someone who doesn't necessarily look like you. Women do it too. If they know their guy is short, they'll always compliment tall men. Oh yeah, tall, dark, and handsome. Like, y'all know what y'all doing. We do it too. Also, the last one, which is the most dangerous, is them using substances. And it happens. You're on a date with a charming guy. He keeps offering you a drink, especially at the club. Let me buy you a drink. Maybe he won't put nothing in the drink, but just knowing that you'll be flattered that he bought you a drink. And, a drink kind of make you loosen up a little bit. You're more open to going home with him. The conversation's great and y'all having fun. You don't want to ruin the mood. You feel guilty if you're that Betty that's just like, I just want to go home because he just bought you a drink. So your body is worth that $12 he bought a drink for. A lot of men feel like because they paid for your meal, they should get it. So you paid a little $80 plate. Say he's actually high value and he goes pay for a plate for like $500, $600. It happens. And you feel like that's what your body is worth because he bought you a little meal. It's worth the soul ties, the sadness, the frustration, feeling undesirable after when he neglects you. It was worth the little $12. It was worth the little $500 plate because you couldn't buy your plate. In high school, a lot of girls used to date older men. I talk about this on my channel all the time. And one of the reasons was I was in the hood. In the hood, sometimes hunger is one of those things, okay? You're hungry. You don't always have food, okay? And a lot of girls used to date men just to go eat. It was a big deal if a guy dropped off a Happy Meal to you. McDonald's. A lot of girls used to do it. I praise God. Again, Haitian dads don't play that. Haitian dads don't play that. They will feed you. We would rather not have light. I remember even for a perm, I used to put relaxers in my hair. And there was girls that used to pop somebody off behind the bleachers to get $5 because a box of perm was $5. But $5 was a lot. Or a lot, $5. I don't know why in the hood it was. So for a girl to go get a box of perm, she'll top somebody off behind the bleachers for $5. Whether it was a teacher, another student. And I say, dads, if you're watching, ask your daughters, what do they want? What do you want? Let me give it to you. I don't judge those girls. I don't judge those women because that's what they were in. Like, they were my friends. I understood it. And I feel like they grew up with that mentality as adult women to exchange their bodies for a Happy Meal, for a Birkin bag, for a car, for some 28-inch extensions. It's the same exchange, just different as you get older. Men know this. And if you had the $5, if those girls had the $5 to get the perm, they wouldn't be topping those guys off. And those guys know it. If some women could afford their own inches, could afford their own Birkins, could afford their own trips to Dubai, they wouldn't be with you. They wouldn't be scamming. A lot of guys feel like their girl would still be with them if they could do it themselves. No, they wouldn't. I gotta lower myself when I can do it for myself. Compliment me. Let me compliment you. I don't need you. You don't need me. You shouldn't need me. You're a grown man. Why would you need me? You should be happy to have me, but don't need me. And a lot of women want their man to need them. And a lot of men want their woman to need them. And I think that's toxic. We're not children. Only children should be codependent. Only they should have guardians. They can't think for themselves at a certain age. They can't do things for themselves. Once we have kids, we have to be there for our kids. Once we're married, we're choosing to stay married, we have to be there for each other, but we don't need each other. You can respectfully disagree if you want. But alcohol aside, they'll use other substances. There's substances in the hood, like Spanish fly was a thing in the hood. Spanish fly, they'll take you, give it to you, or they'll give you X. Y'all know what that is. They'll give you X and they'll make the girl all blah, blah, blah. You go to these house parties. Men will go to the greatest of lengths to do something to you. You gotta be smart. There's a local pickup artist community out there. Articles teaching men how to take advantage of the female mind, to get women to be with them. Women need to have their own defense. Have common sense. I'm irritated with the lack of common sense in our generation. We have this thing with us as women where we want to show and tell. There's a woman that says, the reason why women want to be posted on your social media is because we like to be showed off. You should be proud of having us. And I'm like, why? You want to post happy pictures if you're miserable just because you want to be shown that you were chosen, you were picked. You just want to show that you were picked. I'm goals. I want people to envy that I got this guy. And this mentality is why y'all keep being hurt. A lot of these men on social media flaunt their cars. I'm always weird. If I see a guy flaunting his cars, flaunting his houses, flaunting all this stuff on social media, I will not talk to you. I'm sorry. I automatically think, what are you advertising for? It's either you're trying to impress other men because you're very insecure, or you're trying to advertise yourself for other women. You're trying to showcase your money. A lot of these celebrity men will tell you, like, they show their money online so that they can attract more women. They'll flex when they don't really have it. A lot of these people be broke, but they'll flex to attract women. And women show off their bodies as a legal way to attract men that's going to pay them for it. It happens. There's a lot of women that will tell you that's in that industry that do this. It's like, yeah, that's what we do. Like, we'll have an artist. Like, how many times y'all heard rumors of Drake's being in Instagram models' DMs, flying them out, getting them pregnant, having them get rid of it? It's advertisement. They see the woman, they see what she got to offer her, but they get enticed, tempted, They go in your DMs, they fly you out, and they take pictures never showing the face of the person with them. And I just don't know what else to say. I just wish, as women, if you're gonna live away, do certain things, please just know what you're doing. At least be aware, be vigilant, be smart, and do not argue with people. I know even in my community, I don't know, but there's a way they talk where they tell you, with the gospel, for instance, you can bring it to somebody, but don't argue with them. You state your facts, your opinion, why you believe how you believe, and then you leave it to be their choice. Women who have class and elegance do not argue with people. I'm never going to call somebody's show and argue with them. Or a lot of women was telling me, oh, you should go on this show and debate with them since you're so clear-headed. And I'm like, how would I argue to convince someone to think like me? I simply give my opinion. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. Like, move on. Why do I need to go debate somebody? Have them disrespect me? Why? I will never. I could never. Stop arguing with people. Like, when you have your stance, if they think you're bougie, okay, I'm bougie. I am what you say I am to you. Share with a friend. And remember, this is all in love, especially if you're subscribed to me. But I do need y'all to be smart. I do need y'all to be smart. Because when I used to, check my emails nonstop, I used to get so many emails with stories that are similar to this that I'm like, sis, please, please, please stop this. Get out of it. Do better. Want better for yourself. Build yourself up. And when women talk like that, they're not feminists. This is just what's right. This is not even a feminist view. We're not aggressive. I'm literally not hyping myself up. I'm literally the chillest friend all my friends have. Very understanding. I do not argue with people. So when I talk this way, I mean it. But a guy who's upset with what I'm saying will say, oh, she's so aggressive. She's so this, she's so that. No, I'm speaking facts and you don't like it. There's a lot of women on YouTube who speak facts, but people are like, they're so aggressive, their tone, they're this. It's like, no, they're speaking from a place of passion because they want to wake people up. They want to wake people up, and it's frustrating. That's why I say, just say what you say. Don't even look at the comments. Just people agree or not, whatever. But I love you guys so much, like I said. Comment below any more topics you would like me to talk about. Until next time.